Hello everyone, Andy here, talking about Kill Team Rumours, and with Termination releasing this Saturday, that's the final box of this edition done, and we must ask, what next? Firstly, you can find a review and faction deep dives for both teams on Glass Half Dead, and I just finished editing a battle report for Tactical Skew, so check back in on Saturday for 4 Kill Team videos, plus an extra 3 if you're a patron. And if you're thinking of buying Termination, by the way, if they've made enough, consider using my affiliate links in the description for Element Games, Whaling Games, or Noble Knight in the US. So let's discuss the rumours, the likelihood based on where they've come from, and then a little bit of speculation about what the next edition will change. But first, of course, if you are a subscriber to the channel, I'd like to give you a big double hello. Truly, the wholesomeness knows no bounds for those of you cool enough to subscribe, leave a comment, and thumbs up the video. The rest of you? Dubious, if I'm honest. Dubious. Valrak is saying flight. We've all heard it by now, okay? Kill Team Fly Zone, I don't know. Scions and Vespids was the original statement and rumour. When I first heard it, it just sounded wrong. Kill Team in the sky, I couldn't see it. Valrak tends to be right when the next box is coming. His leakers rarely give him solid leaks beyond 3 months out, but after that, or before that, I don't know how you view it, he kind of gets like super specific and incredibly accurate. On models, he doesn't get sight of rules at all, obviously, models only. For reference, about 6 months ago, he said Space Hulk with Kill Team rules, and he said Kill Team in the sky. He then walked back on Space Hulk Kill Team completely, but has doubled down on Kill Team takes flight. Now, he originally said Scions with jetpacks, but the community heard what they want and assumed he meant Elysians. For no reason, like legitimately, Elysians never mentioned, the community just ran with it. They thought, Elysians, yeah, they're Scions, why not? Which is weird because Scions are super cool, if I'm honest. Anyway, my guess is that he's still too early to know what he's saying is fact. But if he says Sky Team in a month's time after Termination releases, he's probably right at that point. However, we have a secondary leaker. Lowbrow on various Kill Team discords, he predicted Felgor, but got the timing wrong. But clearly, to guess a Beastman team 6 months early for no reason is pretty strong evidence, and he claims to know playtesters as his source. He is saying Cityfight terrain modular multi-level, Kill Zone Volcus. Make sure to check out Tabletop Impulse, who covered all of this before I did, by the way. The more niche creators, the better. Get clicking. Thank you. You know what? 2 flying teams in a city. Now that sounds like a kill zone I can get behind. Random bits of skyscraper playing the floor is lava sounds incredibly boring. Intensely so, in fact. But a requirement to use multi-level terrain, jumping in and out of windows using fly as an aid to dynamic movement sounds amazing. 40k currently doesn't have good terrain. It's all third party, and this is going to be the new 40k terrain set that gets its launch in the new Kill Team box. So, good luck getting hold of that, quite frankly. Yeah, it's not going to happen, is it? Now, it does seem odd that Valrak hasn't said Cityfight terrain himself. That feels like a visual thing that he'd have heard about pretty early, and if he was getting his usual leaks, he'd be seeing that terrain about now, a little bit earlier. But maybe the smoke shield of Sigmar, something Valrak does not care about, means he's not getting the further out leaks right now because his leaker desperately wants Valrak to talk about Sigmar, but he refuses because if it's not Space Marines, he doesn't care, and his leaker is clearly from GW. Now, one of the big bits of feedback everyone gave from Season 1 of Kill Team is the lack of terrain layouts. I suspect we will have defined layouts this time. So, buy 2 boxes. One to fit the defined layouts and build according to type and spec. One to get creative with. And just pray that when they say modularity, they don't mean into the dark type modularity, because that's way too much setup, and I, for one, will be #team gluing. Although in fairness, I think coming into Season 3 with Beta Decima, the community, however, has shown that actually they don't care if Games Workshop gives us set layouts. If we think the layouts are bad, we will just ignore them. Good to have them, we like the suggestions, but do make them good. And anything else would be pure speculation, and it is indeed going to be pure speculation from this point on, with not even a rumour to go on. So let's talk Kill Team 2nd Edition by my estimates. Less to be juicy gossip, but more to help new players who are concerned about rules changes and the purchases they have just made. They're going to change line of sight, obviously. That's not speculation, that's just an objective fact. Shared equipment and ploy lists. All of our current specialist teams will be turned into a compendium and lose all of their equipment, ploys and tac ops, and only get access to the generic equipment, ploys and tac ops, but otherwise they will remain the same, I suppose. If you just strip out everything, they remain the same. Overwatch. Activation advantage is massive in this game. There's a reason that every single strategy guide is kind of dull, with the basic tip being use your gunners last because they can't react to you. Honestly, non-reciprocal mixed with activation advantage is literally every tactics guide, and that plus toe-in terrain shenanigans are the three main rules that have turned me off from Kill Team the most, and why I've become a casual player instead of a tournament grinder. Initiative, however, is massive. Maybe one of the generic tac ops that anyone can play will be delay in activation for D3 activations. We've seen that in specific teams. Maybe it'll become a generic. That way, no one can gamble them, gamble, then get the big initiative play. Gone, because everyone has access to that. I think a few rules tweaks will be removing alpha strikes in a way that we will see displayed this weekend on Saturday. Tune into Glass Half Dead for those reveals, by the way, and tactical skew for a battle report in case you forgot. And fly. I reckon fly as we know it now will be removed and will be changed to simply being climbing equipment, much like what they've done with the Harlequin flip belts. Or maybe one better, you could traverse for free and in addition the first circle of a climb or fall is ignored. But ignoring all verticality is just not for the Kill Team system. Especially if we're now moving to this rumoured Cityfight where we have multiple terrain levels, which honestly haven't worked in Kill Team before. But as an official kill zone where they are essentially mandatory, I like the idea of them making that a thing, and removing fly is step one of making that balanced. Don't worry, Eldar players, I'm sure they will add a rule that makes sure you're totally OP broken still. You have too many playtesters that are big fans of Eldar. So the big question is, will they remove non-reciprocal shooting and will they change the shapes? Two of the biggest points of friction most have with the game even now, 3 years later, or at least the most vocal online. Honestly, I can see them going either way with it and having good reason to do so. I just hope that whichever way they go, Warhammer community will market the game for what it is. Don't tell people Kill Team is a super fast and light quick skirmish match when you can actually finish a game of combat patrol faster than Kill Team. Pitch it to the right level. Allow it to find its market as it truly is. And if you made it to the end of the video, I'd like to give you a big triple hello. At this point, it's not just wholesome, it's reciprocal wholesomeness, which is sweet AF, as foretold. See you next time.